Hello there.
Hello there.
And welcome to another episode of Casual Opinions Podcast. I am Obi-Wan Zach Nobi, joined by, I don't have Star Wars name for you guys, Calebkin Skywalker and Bailey Fett, perhaps,
Yeah,
off the
sure.
top of my head there. I don't have anything super better than that, but
I
we
thought
are...
you were going to say like Bailey Organa, but
Oh, shit, that's way better.
That is better.
Yeah, and that one would make sense with the Obi-Wan theme. Yeah, that's good. I'll hold on to that.
there we go.
We are back again with this whole podcast thing that we do from time to time. Today we're going to talk about two topics, and just it's going to be weird. I think it's just a very awkward combination of two things that maybe don't go together at all. I don't know why this is the idea that ultimately we came up with. I think part
in
of
some circles, these two topics do go kind of hand in hand. I may explain that a little later.
That's true. I'm curious to see your connections there. I think part of it is we did not all see Batman yet. And then we were spurred by the Obi-Wan Kenobi, or just the Kenobi teaser trailer release the other day. I would say initial impressions are I broke the hype switch off. I mean, I turned to the hype dial and just busted it off on my hype there. I stopped what I was doing at work. I told everybody to shut up so I could watch this because it's...
You're a teacher.
I know. That's it. I
So
said, hold
your
on,
work
guys.
was teaching the future of America, and you said, shut up, everyone. Get stupid real quick. We got to watch this Kenobi trailer.
I think more specifically, I said, hey, guys, shut up for a minute. I've waited 17 years for this. Don't talk. And then
they probably didn't care, right?
They didn't. I played it on my big TV. And
did you have a single student that was like, oh, wow, Star Wars? Like,
no, I didn't.
Wow, yeah, you need to stop being a teacher. Honestly, what's the point?
You need to walk in there next time that you go in with a lightsaber, and they'll be like,
I've got lightsabers in my room.
Well, then grab one of them, and then just
Yeah.
don't do anything. And then whenever they come up to you and they say, Mr. Zachary, what are we going to do? You just start mowing them down.
It's certainly tempting at times, but I don't know. If it had been a different class, there's definitely... I got some Star Wars kids, but just unfortunately not in that one. I did not expect the trailer to come out when it did, so I was very pleasantly pleased, and I've watched it about 6 times since then.
Yeah, I didn't expect it either.
I remember waking up that morning to like the E magazine, and they were like just showing pictures and like cover stuff of Kenobi, and I was like, oh, well, that's fine. I'm satisfied with this.
That's all I saw.
And then like an hour later, the teaser went up, and I was like, hold on, wait, I was not prepared. I was like satisfied for today, and now you've just given me a second course. Oh,
I was a little upset when I saw like a lot of YouTubers, like Star Wars YouTubers, were like just straight up ripping the trailer and just re-uploading it. I'm like, you shouldn't be allowed to just re-upload the trailer, dude. Yeah. Whatever.
Just we can talk about it later. But what was your guys' initial reaction, thoughts before we get into like some questions and theories and stuff like that?
Wow. Just wow. Just wow.
I mean, yeah, no, that's how you advertise a Star Wars show. Like, I am hooked, I am invested, I'm ready to go. I want it here now.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, I don't want to wait. I will say, like, I guess if we're thinking of live action shows for Star Wars, the most recent one obviously was Book of Boba Fett, and I mean, Obi-Wan is a character that I care 1,000 times more than about Boba Fett. But I mean, even just like trailer to trailer, like this one just it felt like it gave me more. Like I would think with the Boba Fett trailer, I was just kind of like, okay, like what's the going on here?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there's probably more questions around, or there's less exploration of Boba Fett, so we don't know quite as much of it. But I was pretty floored with this. They gave us a lot in a very short amount of time.
They did, and I want to say, the trailer was amazing, of course. I I kind of wish that we didn't see any lightsaber in the trailer, or not any, but like make that like the big cool thing we see at the end of the trailer, like one of the Inquisitors whipping out the lightsaber just right at the end, because like they showed off the lightsaber like twice in that trailer, and it didn't feel epic when I saw it. I was like, oh, this is the first time I've seen a lightsaber in a while now, and it was just kind of like, hey, it's right here.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just wanted it to be a little bit more epic when I saw it, but
I do have a couple of lightsaber themed questions that we'll get to in a minute. A couple other like quick beats, and then Bailey, if you got anything, go ahead. I thought Uncle Owen looking pretty sexy.
That's the same guy, right?
Yeah,
yes.
same
guy.
guy.
I thought that was cool. That was
cool. That one, I love the little part with little young pilot Luke. That was like kind of kind of touching moment there. We get to see the new planet that they're supposed to go to. And at first I was like trying to guess what it would be, but I guess it's a new planet called Dayu, which is supposed to be modeled after like Hong Kong or something like that. I thought Obi-Wan himself looked
great,
looked sexy, and but not like noticeably aged.
But also like not quite Episode 4.
Right.
There's some significant damage that needs to be done.
Yes. So maybe we'll see some of that. And then I'll tell you the part where I was like trying not to just like make a fool of myself when I was playing this trailer in class for the first time. When frickin' Duel of the Fates pops off.
Yeah.
The trailer, I was just like,
that music.
I was just like grabbing my leg.
Cream, left and right.
So those were kind of some of the things that stuck out to me. But before we get into questions and theories and things like that, Bailey, what'd you think? Or did you have anything else did you have anything else you wanted to add?
Not really. There's more discussion to be had with like breaking down the trailer, but no, it's good. It's hype. I love it. I want to see it.
So I'll get into some of the questions that I have, and then we can kind of see where they go from there. And maybe I don't have these in a great order. Some of these are questions that I saw based off other people's theories. So I'll start with the first one that I had on the list. And we see the Grand Inquisitor, which we can talk ties into another question as well of how do you think he looks. I'm on the side of I can live with it. I
mean, I can live with it. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it.
Maybe they do more in post. Like it's a teaser trailer. Like who's to say that that's exactly what it's gonna look like? I'm not gonna let it ruin the show for me.
I won't let it ruin the show, but I can't ever look at that and be like, that's the Grand Inquisitor.
Yes, you could stretch his head out a little bit. But
I'm fine the eyes, no yellow eyes. What's with that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's a lie. Right. Again, just a teaser trailer, so we can't really say for sure. But leave that where that is. I guess I'm okay with it.
I mean, let me break it down just a little further, because people had the same reaction to like Ahsoka and the Mandalorian, and they had the same reaction to like Cad Bane showing up in Book of Boba Fett. They're like, they don't even look like other characters that we've already seen on screen. The issue is these are active characters participating in action sequences, and we have to commend these shows because they're using practical effects. It's so easy to make this character, CG nowadays. To actually take time to sit them down and put them in makeup and put them in prosthetics is super commendable these days, especially prosthetics that are meant to be utilized in stunt set pieces, like action set pieces. So, yeah, Ahsoka's tendrils and head stuff may not be as long as it was in the show, but it's for practical purposes of stunt work and moving around. Cad Bane may look a little different from what he did in the cartoon, and that one is like, I really don't see too much of a drastic difference to be upset about. This one I kind of understand, because the Grand Inquisitor in the show is very thin and very slender, and this guy looks beefy and tanky and wide, but the actor's form, and the actor is probably the best fit for the role right now, and it's probably just molded to his shape and everything. Again, yeah, you can fix it in post. What the?
rant.
I was worried someone was like getting hit.
Someone broke into my house and started screaming at me just now. That's
anyway. They can touch it up in CG, but as of right now, what they're showing us is most likely just the effect that they were using for the practicality of stunt work.
Yeah,
so
they do so much with changing shit from trailers. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it looks different and looks better.
Fingers crossed his head grows a couple inches.
The original source of the question here is in the part where you really see the Inquisitor. He's got his kick-ass helicopter lightsaber, which if I don't see somebody helicopter fly with one of those, I'm going to be pissed off.
Can I just say, I know you're a Rebels fan. I got to say, I think the helicopter lightsaber is a little stupid. I do. I don't. Maybe they're using the Force. I'm sure they are, but I don't buy for a minute that thing would work that way. It's corny.
It is so dumb.
It's so dumb.
But I love it.
It's fantastic.
It's very Star Wars.
It's not dumb. It's not dumb. It's
I think it's a little quirky.
Anyway, the question that I was trying to get to was in that part where he's spinning the lightsaber around. He's basically interrogating someone, and somebody on Twitter says, from behind, it's a bald guy's head, and that bald guy's head looks a lot like Tamora Morrison's bald head. So is that perhaps Rex in this show? Is this perhaps some other clone in this show?
I think it's Commander Cody.
Why?
That was going to be the other guy I would have mentioned.
Obi-Wan away.
Right. Like, see,
but maybe he got his chip out afterwards too.
Maybe he
like Gregor or Wolf or whichever one betrays them in Rebels. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't even remember.
I can't even remember one of them betraying, but whatever.
They kind of sells them out in Rebels. And he mentions that he got his chip out, like Rex found them later down the line and helped them get their chips out, but they had already committed said Order 66 acts. So I think it could be Rex or Cody back, perhaps, like, shit, I'm sorry,
yeah,
maybe.
But also earlier in the trailer, there is a shot of someone with stormtrooper armor that seems to be dirty and have tints of blue in there. So some people are even speculating that could be Cody. And it looks like he's on the Hong Kong-esque planet too. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm down for some Tim.
I think it's well within the realm of possibility that you see something like that.
Yeah.
Another possible tweet cameo thing. There's a part where there's a guy like standing in the alley, like holding a blaster. I can't remember if he's facing off with someone. But the comparison I saw was comparing the blaster that he was holding to the blaster that Kanan has in Rebels. And that's not saying there's only one of those guns in the entire planet, but that's what people do in trailer breakdowns. So what would you? I think that is drastically less likely than a Rex or a Cody. I don't think there will be a young Kanan Jarrus in here. But
I don't want that.
It's
not impossible, I would say, as well.
This is Obi-Wan show. It needs to be about Obi-Wan.
I know.
Whenever I actually saw someone break down that moment in particular, I can't remember what their channel name was, but it was on YouTube, and they broke it down, and they said initially they thought it might have been Han Solo, since this takes place maybe a year after Han Solo. Like, the blaster looks like it, but they panned out and they're like, okay, so this guy clearly is wearing the same exact garb that we see Obi-Wan wearing in a later shot, because we see Obi-Wan hiding behind something and firing at people on a rooftop, and they're like, the blaster is the same, the poncho is the same, and you can clearly see there's like a little bit of beard kind of around him. So they're like, it's definitely Kenobi facing off in an alley with a blaster, which to me says Kenobi's trying to limit the amount of times he pulls out a lightsaber in the show to not give himself away, which will make the grand reveal of him pulling out a lightsaber that much more impactful and that much more special.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was something that I kind of had later down the line was we don't see Obi-Wan use his lightsaber. We also don't see Darth Vader, and we know that both are going to be in there. And I think you're right. I think he's going to
And
try to limit the
yeah,
lightsaber because
they're gonna
obviously it's
duel,
illegal.
so
Yeah, I'm still
Wait,
very
wait.
curious. I'm still very curious about that duel and how it will take place and how that
It
affects the
better
whole.
not be
The
real.
last time I saw you, the student and the master line,
I
which I
I don't want them
guess
to change that. I don't want them to.
I mean, I guess if you really want to get into it, there's no reason to say that he couldn't be referring to this time. But I do think that that
Right.
would maybe take away
That
some of
would take
the
away like that.
power
That's
of that
something.
line.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
something that's been like the same. Like Star Wars changes a lot when you add new things, and of course,
yeah,
Legends is now no longer canon and everything. So like, but that has stayed the same, and I feel like that should stay the same. It's small, but I don't know. I think the fight could be maybe more of a spiritual fight, kind of like how
Yeah.
Luke went in and fought like that Darth Vader in on Dagobah, something kind of like that, or a
I like
dream.
I like where you're going with that. I have a sort of like a semi prediction here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in the Rebels arc, or excuse me, not the Rebels arc, the Clone Wars arc, where Yoda is learning from Qui Gon
Mm-hmm.
and all the other Force spirits basically how to become a Force ghost. He essentially fights an evil Yoda
Yeah.
in the process there. So what if, and this kind of ties into another question I had of, do we think Qui Gon will show up in there? What if this duel with Darth Vader is just part of Obi-Wan's test
That's what I was thinking too. Like,
to
what if
to
it's
learn
his
the Force
journey?
Ghost essentially?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I
yeah,
would like that better personally.
I think that's would be the way that I would like for it to go too.
Yeah.
agreed.
Couple other questions that I had. Just for the next two questions, I just want to set up a little bit of timeline because this is going to take place in 9 BBY, which is about 10 years after Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
For orientation points, this would still be 5 years after Fallen Order, so the events of Fallen
Mm.
Order, and this would be about 6 years before Darth Maul's death. So I had two questions tying in with that.
No. No.
Shut up. Give me a
No.
second.
I already
Shut
know what you're
up.
saying. No.
Caleb,
I'm
you
answering
haven't
your
even let me
question.
finish. You don't even know what my question is.
Darth Maul. No.
No, my first question is the new Inquisitor, Reva or Reva. Do we think she's a replacement for Trilla, the second sister, or is she the second sister? Trilla, the Inquisitor who dies in Fallen Order. Is Reva a replacement for her? Does she have a second, a sister or number like the others do?
I'm
I
Is
have
sure.
a
she a
theory.
replacement? Is she one that we just haven't seen yet?
I have a theory about her. I think she is the current Grand Inquisitor, and that the Grand Inquisitor that we know has yet to achieve the rank of Grand Inquisitor.
I
I
don't
That
know that
sound?
I don't know that I buy that.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
It's an
It,
interesting idea, but I thought like if you do like the closed captionings or whatever when
they call him Grand
they call him
Inquisitor,
Grand
so
Inquisitor.
yeah,
Now
which
that could just be a misdirect.
could be. I mean, like it's just easy to go in and just make the words there and make it known,
Yeah,
like, hey, this is the guy that you know as the Grand Inquisitor, and this
right.
show might be like showing his rise into that position. He might just
Hmm.
be like the first brother right now, or something like that.
That's certainly possible. So because I do think this will be because this is in an shit. Why can't I speak? This is in an interesting spot timeline wise because we do have it's in between two bits of canon that we already know. Like most, it's a bit after Fallen Order, so we're Caleb and I at least are Cal Kestis nut riders.
Yeah.
Um, so maybe, and again, strongly doubtful, but maybe there's some tie-in with that. Um, and then the part that Caleb was already getting triggered about.
Bro, no.
Oh, you didn't even let me finish.
All right,
Okay,
finish, but it's still gonna be a no.
I think that this would be a terrible
Okay.
decision. I think this would be a very bad idea. But
Agreed.
I have seen many people say, oh man, are we gonna get a Darth Maul rematch? Are we gonna? And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, watch
Have
Star
you?
Wars
Yeah. Have you
Rebels.
not fucking seen Rebels, you idiot?
So I think it would be a terrible idea to put Darth Maul in this show,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot
Especially
of people have
since
been talking about it.
And a lot of
Maul
those people
didn't
are idiots and don't
really.
realize Rebels exists.
Well, yeah, like regarding that, Maul didn't even know Kenobi was alive until him and Ezra opened up the holocron, I believe.
Yeah.
And then he learned, oh, Kenobi's alive. He's alive. Ah! And he
Mhm.
starts freaking out because he thought Kenobi died in Order 66 up until that moment. So bringing him back and encountering Kenobi would be one of the biggest continuity errors in the
Mm-hmm.
entire
Huge
franchise.
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge mistake.
Yeah. I'm
Caleb, there's a.
sure that they know that. I'm sure that the people behind Star Wars know that. But like,
I hope
yeah,
so.
I too have seen so many people be like, "Ooh, are we gonna get Darth Maul?" I'm like, stop, just shut up
I
and actually
do
pay
have
attention to
another
Star Wars.
theory about breaking continuity, and we'll get to that, I think, after Zach asks the final question.
I had a couple more questions. I had a non-related question.
Yeah.
Caleb, when we get to doing the Kenobi show reviews, there's a part in Rebels where Maul yells Kenobi.
Oh, I'll get that sound
Just
clip. I know the
get
sound
that
clip.
because
Yeah,
it's yeah, that's good.
that's a good one.
Couple other fast track questions. How big of a role do you think Owen and Beru and Luke will play? Like, does Luke get screen time? Does he get lines, or do we just kind of peek at him? I feel like Uncle Owen, at least in the trailer, they teased him as to having a pretty meaningful role in the show. Um, I guess so. Maybe my big question then would be like, how big of a role is Luke in this? And then, for that matter, how big of a role is Leia in this as well, assuming she appears?
Why would she appear?
Well, I got
Rumors.
rumors, and also
It's unnecessary.
why is he leaving? Well, we know Bail Organa is going to be in there.
That's true. That's true.
So why is Obi-Wan leaving
Here's
Tatooine?
what some people have speculated about him leaving Tatooine is we see that scene in the trailer that takes place on Tatooine where it seems like an inquisitor is hunting down a Jedi. And we see someone being suspended, so it's very likely that the person being suspended is either someone who has harbored a Jedi or is a Jedi in hiding themselves. And since Kenobi is so close to that, it could be a situation where they detect that Kenobi is nearby. So, in order to protect Luke, Kenobi leaves Tatooine to go somewhere else and draw their focus away from Tatooine and away from Luke. So he goes to that other planet to hide out and, hijinks ensue. But that's what some people are presuming the plot is going to be. Kenobi just constantly being on the run to get far away from Tatooine and far away from Luke so the Inquisitors don't find Luke.
I had also seen, and the reason I mentioned Leia was some people were saying maybe the reason he leaves the planet is because Bail Organa's like, oh shit, something happened to my kid, and he's going basically on a rescue mission for a young Leia.
Could
That'd be interesting.
What if that Jedi that is being hung is Quinlan Voss? What if he got?
That'd be
Oh
cool. I was
no.
thinking, and I don't even know. What's the race of that creature that's got like the really long neck and all the holes, and it like can like shoot like
Oh,
air or sound?
the Ithorian, the one that kind of has like the hammerhead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
just remember there was like this chibi set of like Star Wars action figures, and it was of Episode 4, like the Cantina, and there was a person that race. I already forgot the name, and it was like a little action figure in that set, and he was straight up wearing Jedi robes. And so I remember seeing theories about like possible hidden Jedi's that were like kind of like how the clone trooper in Episode 6, how they're saying, "Oh, that's Rex," even though there was no way of knowing that would be Rex at the time of filming, you know.
Yeah.
So like people were doing that with other people in the cantina scene in Episode 4, and I don't know, it just got me thinking like maybe they are hunting another Jedi on Tatooine. Like it's 100% possible, and I think it'd be cool if
It,
it'd be
it,
that one.
that would be interesting. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that idea because obviously they can't know that Obi-Wan is there for the timeline to make any sense at all because
Right.
he's still got to be there for like 9 more years basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my last we hit most of the stuff I was looking at. One of them was like one of them I said the Empire doesn't have a very big presence on Tatooine just in general because of the Hutts. So my question was, why do we think they're there in such force? And then, uh, hunting a Jedi would make an awful lot of sense as an explanation for that.
Yeah.
And then my last little thing was, do we think that will there be any flashbacks, like Clone Wars flashbacks? Do you guys
Yeah.
see that as a possibility? I
Definitely.
think
They've
so.
they've pretty much confirmed like Hayden Christensen will be appearing as Anakin Skywalker, so I can only assume it would be flashbacks.
Yeah, that would make sense. That was most of the questions that I had. I'm balls to the walls hyped. We'll do an every episode. We'll do a review for every episode when we get there. My hype meter is to the moon and back on
Yeah.
this. I'm very very excited.
I do have those theories, or at least a theory,
Let's hear it.
that I know is absolutely going to piss off Caleb.
Well, is it as good as my Mace Windu Grogu theory that you hated?
Probably not.
That was actually a good theory, though.
Well, go
But
for it. Let's hear it. What do you got?
I've speculated that Ahsoka is going to make an appearance in this series.
I will cancel that show if that happens.
So, here's what I think is going to go down. Kenobi is fighting the Inquisitor. He's not pulling out his lightsaber or anything, but he's doing pretty well up until a point where it's like Inquisitor's about to strike him, and then he hears, "Hey!" And they pan over, and Ahsoka is standing there, and Ahsoka takes down this Reva, this new Inquisitor, and manages to defeat her, and then takes her lightsaber and those red kyber crystals. And she uses those kyber crystals to turn them white. That's how she gets her white lightsabers, is she, puts good force back into the corrupted crystals.
Did they not already show that's how she did that? Like,
Well,
In the comics, they did.
I think the problem with that though is that happens way before this. Her getting white lightsabers happens quite a bit before the
Potentially.
timeline of this.
Rebels takes place, I believe, 3 BBY for the most part. Like 5 to 3 BBY. And if this takes place 9 BBY, then
Well, I'm pretty sure that she builds them in the Ahsoka novel,
yeah,
and
which
that's
has
I think that's
already
just set
had-
like 2 years after, or a year or two after.
right. But as we know, they change so much established canon from the literary sources like novels and comics, like all the time. They like truly do not care about the canon of those issues, which is unfortunate. I can totally see them doing something like that, where they're like, "We're going to show how Ahsoka got her white lightsabers
but
in the Kenobi
that's
series."
a complete 180 change from the book or the comic.
Yeah,
It just
I
seems.
don't know.
I don't know.
I feel
She
like
gets hers by defeating an Inquisitor and taking their kyber crystals and turning them white.
She definitely doesn't need to show up in this show. I'll just say.
No, I agree. She doesn't need to, and I don't want this to happen. I was just positing a theory saying, yeah, this could potentially happen because it seems like Disney is kind of sort of nut riding Ahsoka and the entirety of the Clone Wars and trying to bring them into live action. So, it just seems like that's the way that they're trying to go.
Yeah.
So, I'm worried that Kenobi will eventually get sidelined in his own series and it will become Ahsoka, the prequel series,
God
or
damn.
something.
Yeah.
I will say that I think we had this same line of questioning with both. That I think that there is a 0% chance that Obi-Wan gets sidelined in his own show.
It definitely
I hope-
shouldn't happen, but I still fear that
Obi-
it could happen.
Obi-Wan is one of the 3 most important characters to Star Wars.
Sure.
Luke, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan. They're not going to derail Obi-Wan for Ahsoka or anyone else. As much as we think that they dick ride Ahsoka, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. They've waited 17 years to get frickin' Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen back on screen together. They're not going to take an episode off. Okay, if there's cameo appearances, that's one thing, but they're not going to do what Book of Boba Fett did and bolster, one of their 6 episodes to something different.
Hope not.
Hope not.
0%
Yeah.
chance. Zero. I'm telling you, 0% chance.
Do you want to make a bet?
Yeah.
All right, just for shits and giggles, yeah. I just want to see if this actually happens. Yeah. No, I bet. Well, okay. What are the parameters here? What's sidelined in his own
If
show?
there is an episode of Kenobi where Obi-Wan Kenobi is not in it,
Okay, well, I won't do that. I won't do not in it.
okay.
I
Well,
say
that's
if
what I'm saying.
if he gets pushed to the background for a whole episode, that's different. But yeah, I don't.
If he's in the background, doesn't say anything, and is only in one scene, and we have an entire episode dedicated solely to not Anakin and maybe not the Inquisitors, but towards like Ahsoka, someone who is just not intended to be the
Lars.
focus of this series.
We should have a whole episode about Lars and moisture farming.
Yeah.
Just teaching Luke.
I think that would honestly be kind of cute. And it's
So-
part of Obi-Wan's story. We get like Obi-Wan showing up at the end of the episode like, "Hello there." And he's like, "Get the fuck off my lawn, you stupid,
Also,
creepy pervert hermit."
is-
And he starts throwing rocks at him.
Is Lars going to be an asshole in here? Because he was an asshole in 4 a little bit, but he really wasn't in 3. He was like a normal dude in 3.
He was being an asshole to protect Luke.
I know, but I'm saying,
that's
are we
why-
going to see that? Are we going to see that? Or is he going to be
I
more
think
nice
so.
because he's a kid?
I think we're gonna see like a little bit of division. I think there's gonna be a moment where he's like, "Have you been stalking us? You've been spying on us?" Kenobi's gonna be like,
Yeah, there will probably be some confrontation, I'm sure.
"Yeah, I'm sorry."
I'm just doing my job. Gosh.
Right.
Yeah. So Obi-Wan Kenobi show, March May 25th.
Wow! What do you know?
What do you know?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wow, what do
Extra
you know?
Jetster. Extra Jetster.
I also realized the Attack of the Clones movie has 2 lines where a fully CGI character sees a Jedi and goes, "What do you know?" You have Dexter Jettster saying that, and then you get Watto saying that to Anakin. He goes, "Jedi, what do you know?"
Oh,
Yeah.
Watto.
Oh,
Yeah.
Watto.
Okay. Well, that I think concludes the Obi-Wan Kenobi content here. We're gonna completely do about a 180.
Here,
bazillion
let
degree
me do
turn
the
here.
segue. Let me do the segue.
Okay, let's
about
hear it.
how these 2 topics connect. Many people describe Star Wars as the fast food of cinema.
What? I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard that either.
You've never heard that? Oh, you guys
Literally
aren't on
never.
Twitter.
Is it because
No.
they did Taco Bell cups one time?
No, people will say like Star Wars is one of those things where you can consume it all and get nothing of nutritional value from it. It's
Oh,
it's
so
it's this
snobs.
weird
Yeah.
film
losers.
Twitter kind of way of describing Star Wars. Anyway.
Snobby people.
Yeah, very snobby people.
So that transition that kind of fell apart to questioning there was transitioning to this completely random idea that we had to rank fast food restaurants, fast food top 10 if you're hungry, right? Nerds like to eat food, and that is often unhealthy for them while they
Yes.
consume their fandom content.
Yeah.
So we're going to rank top 10 fast food joints here today. There's sometimes, I think, a little contention over what is fast food and what isn't. So I think I just kind of decided
If it has a drive-through,
if it has a drive-through,
or if it's just walk in, pick it up, and leave right
Yep.
away.
You're right.
if
Not
it has a
fancy
drive-through, if it has a drive-through, it's 100% in. If it has a drive-through and it has sit-in where there's like a waitress, that would still count. Like drive-through supersedes. If
Alright.
it has no drive-through and it's like sit down where you have to have like a waitress come and take your order,
like Olive Garden.
then like Olive Garden, but like Fazoli's, I would say counts as fast food
Mhm.
because you
Yeah,
just go
they
up
have
to
a
a
drive-
counter, order your
Fazoli's
food.
is totally fast food.
Yeah. If there's a debate, we can have a vote and then throw that out there. But we'll go 10 to 1 here on our fast foods list, worst to first. Anybody got a desired position here or order for us?
I can go
I'll go
first.
first.
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh wait, no, I'm too pretentious. Someone else go before me.
All right.
Okay, we'll go Caleb, Zach, Bailey.
All right. So I just want to clarify. This is our top 10 fast food. It's not necessarily anything that we hate, right?
No.
Right.
Oh, I
Okay.
would
Yeah.
assume
This
it would
is
be
just
things that
10
you
things
like,
that we
right?
like. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sure.
It might be a fun idea. Just kind of throwing this out here last minute here, but maybe at the end we actually all just give one fast food place that we genuinely hate, and just maybe say why we hate it. I don't know. Just an
Well,
idea.
we all know Long
I can
John
probably do
Silver's
that.
is going to be on that list.
Yeah, maybe. But my first one, my number 10 is Subway. Is it weird when you think that Subway has a drive-through? Because it seems weird to me.
Wait,
Does some
they
subways
do have
but
drive-thrus?
Yeah,
some
the
of them
one
do,
the
but
one
most
right
of
by
them
my
don't.
house does. It's very
Oh,
strange.
jeez.
I've never gone through it. I always order online or go in, but yeah, they have it. It's a little strange to think about. But Subway, I've
Well, so does
actually
Panera, but I'm not counting Panera.
I would say Panera counts.
I would say Panera counts. Yeah,
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
It's got a drive-through.
yeah. But I've actually been eating a fair amount of Subway recently. I got burnt out on it a couple years ago, but recently I've been eating it and it's been slapping every single time. I like to get mine cut into 4 pieces. Is that weird? Maybe, but
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's cool to eat in
Very.
the small. It makes me feel like I eat more and portion control.
Yeah,
But
that's
Just
that's
shove
one way
the
to do it.
full loaf down my throat. That's all I ask.
that's what he said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Subway fun fact. It is the largest fast food franchise in the world.
I believe it.
Okay.
Yep,
I
more
thought you were going to
subways
say
than anything.
something about their former spokesman.
No, I also would maybe make a comment about how there was that whole scandal about their bread not
Subway.
actually being bread.
Eat
Like it
bread.
was like,
What? I've never heard of
yeah,
that.
did you not hear that?
No.
I've not heard
What?
this.
I don't know
You
what that's
haven't?
based on.
It was okay. Here, this real quick. This court case says Subway bread is not bread. Irish court rules. Judge finds that the sugar content of U.S. chain sandwich exceeds stipulated limit, and they should thus be classified as a confectionery and not bread. So they're basically
Ooh.
saying it's too sweet. It's closer to dessert than it is actual bread.
What?
Wow.
Weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
And that's
number
like
10.
Kind
official.
of cool. I don't know. Someone actually like went through and did the science on the math on that.
I don't know. That was I remember hearing about that. Yeah, so you can just search Subway bread, not bread, and you can find a bunch of stuff on it. My number 10 here is almost kind of like a love hate pick, and I'm gonna put White Castle at number 10.
Ooh.
White Castle at number 10. It is
Nice.
one of those things like it's not quality. It's garbage. You're basically eating trash, but it's
It is.
trash
It's
that
the
tastes
Waffle
pretty
House.
good.
It's the Waffle House of fast food.
Yes. I eat it and I go, this is so damn good. And then about an hour and a half later, I want to die because it tears my insides out. It's equal parts good and evil, in order and chaos. And it's also very, very cheap. I don't eat it very often because there's not really any around me. But it's one of
Same.
those things where anytime I see it, I'm like, ooh, let's go.
I really thought there were some in Kansas City, but I guess not.
Not so far as I've
St.
seen.
Louis is
It's more of a St. Louis thing.
Yeah, I've only had White Castle like 2 times, maybe. And then
Oh.
I've bought some of their frozen sliders.
Yeah,
but
those are
they're-
solid.
I
I was
don't.
about to say.
I don't like
Good.
the frozen sliders.
Not as
They're
good,
weird.
but
Yeah,
but they're
Mhm.
good enough. So I got White Castle at 10 there. That is my pick.
Cool. My number 10 is just the very basic McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Right. I think out of all the fast food places, they got the best fries. They're just kind of the most baseline of all fast food. When you think of fast food, first thing you're going to think of is McDonald's. I also have like a little bit of a love-hate relationship. McDonald's got me through the pandemic. Like I was door dashing McDonald's like left and right, gaining what I think I gained 20 pounds this pandemic, and I'm trying to lose that again. So McDonald's immediately gets bumped to the bottom of my list, but I still got to put it on there just because. Also, I don't know. I want to throw out honorable mention because I don't know. I didn't know if these qualified, but I also didn't want to put them on my list. Andy's frozen custard and Krispy Kreme.
I did see Krispy Kreme pop up when I was searching fast food.
They both, I mean, both have
They do have
drive-throughs, so I
drive-thrus.
guess technically that would qualify. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't want to qualify them 100% because I don't know. I don't think of them as fast food.
Yeah.
I think of them as something like you actively have to seek out whenever you're craving specifically a donut or specifically ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
Anyway,
I agree with that.
cool. So that was my number 10, McDonald's.
Yeah, I like McDonald's too. I have not had them in a while, but they've got the best nuggets for sure, in my opinion at least. But my next number 9, I believe, is another sandwich place, Jersey Mike's. I don't know if you guys have ever had it, but I think they're like leagues. For a while there, I thought Subway was just trash compared to Jersey Mike's. But like I said, I actually like Subway again. But Jersey Mike's, I mean, oh my. It's another sandwich place, and they don't have as many options as Subway, but it is just real and better. I don't know. I can't really describe it. It's way better than Subway. It really is. Less options, better taste, better quality ingredients. I think they're just but they are really expensive. Like it's
I was gonna
stupid
say
expensive.
their slogan is something like better ingredients or better service, better ingredients. Jersey Mike's or whatever. They just steal the Papa John's logo.
Pretty much,
Yeah. But yeah, they're a little pricey, but yeah, that's my number 9. They're good.
It's a solid choice. My number 9 is going to be Wendy's. I'm gonna go with Wendy's at number 9 here.
That low?
Wendy's
The thing is, I don't hit up Wendy's very often. Like
Same.
everything else on the list, because I rated it like on enjoyment, like bang for your buck, and then also like how often do I want to go.
Yeah.
Wendy's I get 2 things at Wendy's. I get a Baconator and I get a Frosty, and those 2 are good enough to carry it on their back there. I did try Wendy's breakfast pretty recently and it sucked. So Wendy's is number 9 on the strength of the Baconator and dipping my fries in the Frosty, but other than that I don't get much beyond those things there. So
wow, I've
it's
not
not quite
Wendy's in so long.
It's not quite as strong across the board as a menu as
I like
some of the other places are.
Their Baconator fries. That's what I'll get if I ever go.
Yeah, those are good too. Those are
Baconator with a Baconator fry is just a winning
it's
combination.
sinful, yeah. So Wendy's at 9 for me.
My number 9 is White Castle.
Nice.
Again, Waffle House of fast food. It's just every time you go in there, you're like, this is a health code violation just to breathe this air. So I'm going to order a bunch of your slider burgers, put them in my body right now. And then I leave and I die a little every time. I love it. It's just perfect. So number 9.
Very nice. Very nice. Next up for me, 8, Fazoli's.
Hey, I didn't think anybody would actually put Fazoli's on there.
No,
wow.
I had Fazoli's on there. There's one not too far away from where I live. They're not.
I was about to say you'd be surprised by the love Fazoli's has from a lot of people.
Oh, Fazoli's is good.
Yeah, and I did not eat at Fazoli's often, like at all growing up. I really didn't until I got close to this one by where I live. I didn't eat there that often. I will say their pizza that they serve overpriced.
So good.
Oh, I was actually going to say it's not that great.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I loved
it. It's good, but like 9 times out of 10, whenever I get it, there's like literally no sauce on my pizza. It's like basically just bread and cheese and pepperoni. I'm like, where's the sauce
It's
at?
because they save a majority of that sauce for the spaghetti. They basically use, if I remember correctly, someone said they use the spaghetti sauce just on their pizzas.
Well,
So they
put
kind
more.
of conserve.
That's all I'm saying. Put more, because other than that, I think it tastes good. But I like to get their pepperoni breadsticks. Those are fantastic. But yeah,
Well, Fazoli's breadsticks are a god tier.
they are.
Oh,
They are. And
so good.
if they ever have like their baked pasta, ooh,
Yep.
so
Yeah, that's good too.
That's my go-to.
And I've actually been eating their wings the last time I went there. They had some pretty good like honey chipotle sauce. I don't know. It was great though.
Interesting.
Yeah, Fazoli's underrated. That's my 8.
Those breadsticks just dripping.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, love it. Number 8 for me, I have Hardee's / Carl's Jr. If you're not from the Midwest, I don't know where that line divides there.
Same.
it's a little leans a little bit more on the more expensive side of fast food. But the burgers are all really good. They're big and they're delicious. They have a pretty small menu, but I think everything on the menu is pretty strong. I also appreciate any menu that's got onion rings as an option as well because I love onion rings.
Mm.
And then also, Hardee's has a very underrated. This is a big thing for me. Hardee's has a very underrated breakfast menu. Hardee's
Mm.
breakfast is pretty damn good. They've got like this omelet biscuit sandwich that is just fantastic. And just across the board, their breakfast is good. I think it's again maybe not a huge menu, but it's a pretty delicious menu. Bit more expensive, so I don't hit it up all the time, but it's good every single time.
Did you ever have? I think it was Hardee's. I had it a couple times. They had like it was a dessert. It was like a mini Fruit Loop donuts.
I've not had
No,
that.
yeah,
No, that
this was
sounds
like a couple
odd.
years ago. It's like, I mean, essentially they were the size of like those powdered sugar donuts, those Hostess ones, you know,
Uh-huh.
but they
Yeah.
were like colored, like the colors of Fruit Loops, and they tasted like the Fruit Loops. They're pretty good.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Nope, I did not, but I do enjoy me some Hardee's from time to time. So that is my number eight.
fair.
Number 8 is going to be Steak and Shake.
Ew.
Um, yeah, just a classic diner experience. They got good shakes. Their burgers are good whenever I've had them. I usually go with like a Royale, but those fries just
Yeah, the skinny fries.
Hmm.
sometimes you can just get a plate of those and just put a huge dollop of ketchup on the side, and that'll just satisfy your appetite for like the next 5 days.
Do you eat
So
those? Do you eat those fries with a fork?
I
no,
do. I
no,
do. Is that
I do.
weird?
I do. That's
that's
how I
Yeah.
do it.
weird.
The skinny fries, eat them with a fork.
Yeah.
I
I got
eat them with my fingers and makes them last.
You got
But
tiny fries in your hands.
yeah, it's part of the
it. Yeah.
experience. Cute. You put them on your little burger. You can get a little crunch on there.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Crunch, crunch. But yeah, not much more to say. It's Steak and Shake.
Their
Yeah.
shakes are really damn good.
They
That's
are.
for
Yeah.
sure.
That's my number 8.
Okay. Next up for me, we've got Zaxby's. You guys ever had them?
Interesting.
I just
Like
had them the
once.
other day, and I honestly wasn't impressed.
Yeah. I should honestly probably have put this a little bit lower on my list. I don't really like when a so chicken is this is weird. Chicken is like my preferred meat to eat, but when it comes to like chicken restaurants, they're like that's their main thing. I typically don't care for them too much. It's weird. Like KFC, I don't like KFC. Um, but Zaxby's, back when I worked at Academy still, that was like right across the street, so I'd eat there on my break all the time. And they had a limited time chicken sandwich. I think it was for Jumanji 2 when that movie was coming out. And that chicken sandwich was so goddamn good. It was so good. That's pretty much the main, and they've got good fries. I like their fries and their sauce options, good. But I don't eat there that often anymore. They don't even have that chicken sandwich anymore. That's why I said I probably should have put it a little bit further down on my list, but I
Well,
still believe it deserved a spot.
we could always slide it around. You can let me know where you would rather it be.
Oh, I mean, I'd maybe put it down one or two, but it's fine where it is. But yeah, I do like Zaxby's. I think it's my preferred chicken place, even over
I was gonna
Chick-fil-A.
say, like,
Even over Chick-fil-A.
we should do one of these for like the best chicken sandwiches in the chicken sandwich war. Now that that's
Jeez.
kind of like
That
dead
actually
and gone.
that could be
Subsided.
fun.
Yeah.
I would try all of them. I've tried most of them, but not all of
I've
them.
I've tried just about all of them.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, Burger King,
Taco
McDonald's, Taco. Oh, I haven't had the Taco Bell one.
Oh, it's gone now. They had a Taco Bell chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Ugh. Anyway,
Weird. My number seven. Yeah, my number seven is my sandwich place of choice, and that is Firehouse Subs.
Mm.
Firehouse Subs. I personally think Firehouse Subs is the best place to get said subs. I like it a lot more than Subway. Probably for the reasons why you like Jersey Mike's more. I think the ingredients themselves are
They are pretty
better.
good. I just don't have one
And-
of those
and-
near me.
They got a lot more, I don't know, a richer flavor. You can get them hot, you can get them cold. I guess you can do that probably every sub place.
Not Jimmy John's. I hate Jimmy John's. Sorry.
Oh, I hate Jimmy John's is terrible.
They are the worst. I'm glad that you hate
so
that too.
bad.
Yeah, they're
Fuck
horrible.
Jimmy John's.
Fuck Jimmy John's.
You know what? Is
freaky
honestly,
fast,
like,
more like freaky trash.
Right.
you know what? I was gonna say the best thing that I've had at Jimmy John's is their day-old bread for like 50 cents.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Gosh, nasty.
I like Firehouse Subs a lot. They also have they're one of those places that has like their own signature drink. Like if you do like the Coca-Cola Freestyle machines, there's a Firehouse Subs, and they have a cherry limeade that is so damn good. It's obscenely good. So Firehouse Subs is my number 7.
I'll have to go there again sometime.
Yeah. I mean, didn't we used to go there to support a former movie theater employee who stole roughly $300 from the company?
He will remain unnamed. Yes,
he will remain
you
unnamed.
Are right, though.
But I do remember he did work there.
Yep.
Shout out to Firehouse.
Firehouse. Who you may want to check your records. You may have $300 dollars missing from your total count.
Suspicious.
My number 7 is the only pizza place on here, and that is Little Caesars.
Yes! Thank you, baby. I fucking love Little Caesars.
Hot and ready pepperoni just cannot be beat. I know people have said this pizza tastes like cardboard.
They don't know what they're talking about.
You ever
they don't know
eaten
what they're talking
cardboard?
about. I'm sorry. You are getting a $5 hot and ready pizza. You walk in, you say I'd like a pepperoni. They just hand it to you and you leave. It's so good. It's like I'm getting what I paid for. And then if I want to shake it up and get the Batman calzone, oh my god,
that was fun.
That one's out. Like, I love Little Caesars advertisements in particular. They're actually kind of adorable with how cringy funny they are, because they know how cringy funny it is. So it makes it better.
I think that they know they're kind of lower tier by a lot of people, and they're like, fuck it, we don't care.
They lean into it.
They lean into
totally
it.
Do. But also at the same time, they're so cool. Like the owner, the guy who like ran Little Caesars, founder, he actually paid Rosa Parks rent for
I
a
saw
long
that.
time.
I did
I was
see
just
that.
like, that's so cool to just know that. Like, I'm gonna support that business for like the rest of my life. Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out Little Caesars.
Definitely deserving of a top 10. I'm putting them at number 7 though, because I only get like 2 things on their menu.
Yeah.
They got that good. They got really good. Their dipping sauces are really good.
Crazy
too.
bread. Yeah.
Oh yeah, always got to get them.
Yeah, Little Caesars is amazing. Steak and Shake though is next on my list.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Both of you guys put Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake is so good. Like
I didn't really consider, but I almost was like, I guess they do have but I almost never think of them anymore because I don't. Where you guys live, there's about 80 of them.
Yeah,
and there's not so many around me. So
I think they just started to branch out. They opened their first location in Chicago like a couple years ago. So
wow.
Yeah.
No, Steak and Shake is very meaningful to me. That was like that was like me and my girlfriend's like OG first place. Like that would be where we would go all the time when we first started dating. We'd eat there all the time, and I love their Frisco sauce. If you guys have ever had that before, it's amazing. I get like the Frisco melt with a side of Frisco sauce and just go to town. And they also had amazing shakes. Did you guys ever have their breakfast cereal shakes?
No,
I never did.
They were. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Rice Krispies, Cocoa Pebbles. They had all those as like shakes, and they were so goddamn good. But they don't have them anymore.
I am a big breakfast guy, and Steak and Shake's got a solid breakfast game too.
They had breakfast cereal, and oh my god, like shake, it was so good, unrivaled in the shake game. So yeah, Steak and Shake, very meaningful to me. I have 2 gift cards I haven't even used yet, and I need to go back there. But
I think everyone in the Midwest has like 2 gift cards to Steak and Shake they've never used.
Honestly,
I could probably dig one up right now, I bet.
Yeah, I've got them. I need to use them. But Steak and Shake, shout out.
Nice, good choice. My number 6. Sponsor us. Give us money. My number 6 is McDonald's. I got McDonald's at number 6.
Nice.
McDonald's. For a few reasons. As Bailey mentioned, the fries are pretty fire. The only problem, like I think with McDonald's, is sometimes your consistency is not very reliable. If you get the cold fries or the not they're shit, but
Yeah.
it's cheap. I like the menu across the board. They got the chicken nuggets are always good. When they had the chicken tenders, those are good. They got these new breaded chicken sandwiches that are really good.
Mm.
Double quarter pounder is just beast mode. It is just such a good sandwich.
They have a lot
And
of S tier items.
they really do. Shamrock Shake, since
Mm.
we're nearing St. Patrick's Day. So,
They're back. They're back already.
Yep.
Those
I
exist.
had one the other day.
The McRib.
The McRib.
The McRib.
I will say though, I had a McRib for the first time in years, and it was not very good. It
It's
was not,
very overrated, but I can't help but get them every time they're in season.
I think as a kid, it was almost like a mythical status to me, like the
I-
McRib. Oh,
I remember
my God.
that. I remember hearing
Yeah.
that, and you're kind of like, "Oh,
Yeah.
the McRib."
Oh, like your parents take you to the McDonald's and they're like, "You've never had a McRib, so
Yep.
I am going to let you have one now. You
I think
have to try this. It's a rite of passage."
I think Dad always talks about wanting to, make a what was it from The Simpsons? They had an episode of The Simpsons with a rib witch.
Yeah.
And then so Dad always makes that reference a lot.
I miss. I had it a few times, and I think they've only had it once, but they had a sriracha McChicken sandwich a few years ago, and that was, I think, in my opinion, the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. And it sucks. Yeah, it's crazy. It was so good, but it's gone.
And then they do every once in a while bring in like cool items like that, limited time stuff, which has all been pretty good. The BTS meal,
Szechuan sauce.
yeah, that wasn't that great.
No.
That's the BTS meal, like Korean boy band BTS. They basically brought like limited time sauces for chicken nuggets, or whatever, and those were good.
See, I didn't try them, and I'm really upset. I wanted to. They sounded really
They
good.
were good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's 6 for me. McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Hacks.
Cool. Yeah, my number 6 is In-N-Out.
Somebody lived in California.
I knew you were gonna say it. I remember like on my trip back here, the last In-N-Out I came across was in like Arizona, and I'm like, I gotta stop there. I gotta get it like one more time before I leave this all behind. So I did, and it was probably the greatest meal that I had my entire time in California. Whenever I had lived there. Yeah, I just nothing beats it. It's honestly kind of better than Steak and Shake. I don't know. Also, In-N-Out, their shakes are weirdly better than Steak and Shakes. And I don't know why that is. I think it might just be a synthetic kind of shake that they use. It just scratches the itch in my brain that craves it. But also, pink sauce. Always a win.
What is it?
So,
What'd you say is a win?
Pink sauce.
Pink sauce. What is that?
It's a specialty In-N-Out sauce.
And it's
Probably
that
just ketchup. It's probably just ketchup and mayo mixed
pretty
together.
much.
Ew.
But yeah, you can request like your burger to include pink sauce, or you can even request that they put pink sauce on your fries.
I don't like
kind
a
of stuff.
pink sauce.
I know, it's a weird
disturbing
name.
It's
It's a gross
so
name.
good.
Yeah.
Anyway, yep, In-N-Out, California boy.
Oh.
All right. Well, next for me is none other than Little Caesars. Shout out Little Caesars. We should get them to sponsor us.
They probably would.
They probably
They
would.
probably would.
I absolutely love Little Caesars. There's one also conveniently really close to where I live. I have them all the time. I do love their hot and readies, but I will just go the step up and I will get their extra most bestest when I go. Because
I try to do that too.
Yeah,
and you've had the deep dish, right?
I have, yes. Very good.
I can only eat like 2 slices of that at a
that
time.
shit will fill you up.
Yeah.
I think though, and the calzone is good as well. I think my favorite thing though is their pretzel crust cheese sauce pizza that they've had a few times. So good. Bailey, are you okay?
Oh, I completely forgot that was a thing, so I just had to react.
Yeah. That is like the best thing I think that they've ever had. It's Little Caesars. You slap every time. You never disappoint. And I don't know. Have you had their thin crust pizza before?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't used to be into thin crust, but I kind of like it a little bit more now. But yeah, Little Caesars. Shout out. You guys are great. Cheesy jalapeno dip sauce. So good.
What kind of pizza you want? Cheese.
Shout out Tyler.
Cheese. Cheese. Shit. Yeah. I didn't even think about Little Caesars on here. Personally, I wasn't
There's always
sure.
time. Always time, Zach.
And I just want to say, one other reason why I really love Little Caesars is so like I'll order on their app, right, and they have their pickup portal, and literally it never fails. Every single time I go into Little Caesars, I walk in there, I type in my code, I get my pizza, I walk out. Nobody even says anything to me. Nobody says a single word to me. They don't even acknowledge I exist. Good. And I love it. They don't say anything. It's just right there. I walk in, walk out. It's so nice.
Next time you go in there, you just walk over behind the register, you just open it up, take some money, and walk out. And no one...
They don't even look.
I'm
gonna take my tip, and they're like, okay, cool.
Jesus. Yeah. I do like that. The less contact, the better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
My number 5 is one that actually requires a bit of contact, so that kind of goes against what I was just saying. Number 5, I got Chipotle.
Ooh.
Chipotle.
I was literally reading a tweet saying Chipotle is not as good as y'all make it out to be.
Now there are some people who Chipotle is their identity.
Yeah, that's weird.
And I love Chipotle. It's a little too expensive for me to get it all the time.
Yeah, a little.
But it is always good.
Now,
can
I ask? Good. So, are you preferring Chipotle over Qdoba?
I do prefer Chipotle over Qdoba. I think at one point in time, I was probably Qdoba over Chipotle, but I have flipped.
Yeah, I've flipped a couple times.
So, but they're all better than Moe's. If you've ever had Moe's,
Moe's was good, but it was like the tiniest burrito I've ever had.
Yeah, Moe's is not as good as these others.
Yeah.
But, Chipotle, always good. A little expensive, but just a burrito bowl and some chips and just get after it. And I'm always satisfied. Never disappointed with Chipotle.
Ugh, so
good. They're good. They're good.
And it's lunchtime, too. Jesus Christ. I'm going to probably go to one of these places.
You know what sucks for me is I gave up fast food and Dr. Pepper for Lent.
Jesus.
So this whole discussion has been just absolutely...
How can you give up your bloodstream? Worse. I don't understand.
Yeah, I also thought that you swore off God many years ago. Was that not your deal? You sold your soul when you moved out to California?
No, that was part of the entry fee. So that's been gone for a while.
Gotcha.
And I've stayed true to that. But
good.
Good. Speaking of swearing off of God, I put Taco Bell in number 5.
It's a little low, I gotta be honest.
I'm going to say that's a little low as well. But
I was about to say, I knew you guys would not like the low placement of number 5 on my top 10 hundreds of fast food establishments.
It really depends on what you have above it. That's how I'm going to judge you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're probably going to hate me. Anyway, let's talk about Taco Bell. I think it's good. It's cheap. It's affordable. It was a perfect college snack and meal kind of thing, especially since there was one right by campus. I could just walk over there, get myself some burritos and some Doritos Locos Tacos, and then just bounce and go back to class. And then, go home and destroy my toilet. The issue with Taco Bell is I don't think I've ever gone out of my way necessarily to get... Weird to describe. I don't know how to describe it. It's just I've never really craved Taco Bell. It was just one of those things where I'd see the sign and I'd go, I'm going to walk over there. I'm going to get some Taco Bell. So
I would move mountains for Taco Bell.
I would too. I would.
I know. I might move like a boulder, but I wouldn't move a whole mountain.
You've seen the Lord of the Rings. That is the journey I'm willing to go on for Taco Bell.
I cannot say I would make the same journey. But Taco Bell, it's good. It's very good. I've been there plenty of times, but it's just It's just not my favorite. It's a good like middle of the road for this list.
I think the last you do like Taco Bell. Do you guys remember the last shot of the Palace meme opening? Is Bailey just crunching down on the Doritos Locos Taco?
Oh yeah, no,
iconic.
You look completely zoned out, and you're just taking a massive bite out of this taco.
I need you to send me that photo because I kind of want to. I want to like potentially frame it and give it to someone for like a birthday gift or something.
That is a great present.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taco Bell.
Is it my turn now?
You're up. Number 4.
Number 4, yeah. My number 4 is Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, it's like it's not my identity. They are expensive, but they are very good though. They are very good. I actually had a really good experience the last time I went. Like their online ordering, I guess, like crapped out. So like I had placed an order online to pick up. And so I got there, and there was like this really big line of people, and I saw there was no food on the pickup thing, and so I kind of stand around for a minute, and then eventually they're like calling out orders, and then one of the people comes out to me, and they said, "Hey, our online ordering's down. Did you have an online order?" And I said yes, and they said, "Okay, tell us what it is, and we'll make it." So I made it for him, well, I told them what it is, and they were making it for me.
Jumped over the counter, and I made it myself.
No, but it was crazy. So they're making my food, and they come out, and they said, "Oh, we have an order for Caleb." And I said, "That's me, right?" And so I grab it, and then as I'm getting ready to walk out, somebody from the back kitchen comes out, and they say, "I have an order for Caleb." They made my order twice. Their online came back up, and they just continued what they were doing, and I literally got it twice.
Is you really? Wow,
yeah,
nice.
It was awesome.
That's awesome.
It's like, I won't say anything, but yeah, no, Chipotle's good. I flip between it and Qdoba, but I think Chipotle is where it's at.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
My number 4 is going to be Jack in the Box.
Never had them.
Jack in the Box. Oh, it's very, very good. Similar in some respects to how I feel about White Castle, where it's like, this is probably not top shelf ingredients. And a lot of times this does, run my stomach through, a garbage disposal. But you can get 2 tacos for $1 at Jack in the Box.
Tacos?
And they're just like, oh yeah, their menu is bonkers. I mean, they've got everything. They got tacos. They got mini tacos, like little bite-sized tacos that they put you in a little box. You get a little box of bite-sized tacos. They've got crazy breakfast food. They've got just these whack-ass sandwiches. They got like mozzarella sticks and onion. Like, the menu is kooky and it's insane and it is gigantic and it's all good. And next time you see Dad, ask him about Jack in the Box tacos, and he will go on about them for probably 10 or 15 minutes.
Well, good thing I'm seeing him tomorrow. I'll be sure to
him,
put that in my notes to ask him.
Ask him, and he'll say something like, "Oh, two tacos for $1? I'm gonna eat like 12 of them." So he'll say something like that.
I'll record the whole discussion. I'll see if I can get that exact response.
They got curly fries and shakes and. There's one thing on their menu that's loaded tiny tacos, which is like they just put small tacos in a box and then like cover them with cheese.
Oh my god!
I don't imagine I could get chicken tacos, could I?
I don't think so. They have egg rolls on the menu though too. Like it's weird. And then they have, and this is like clearly they just like let somebody high up in the Jack in the Box corporate ladder or in the kitchen they just gave him like a ton of weed, and they're just like, dude, just get high as shit and make whatever you want. Because they have this a special menu, similar to probably McDonald's hidden menu, but this one's there, and it's their late night menu, and I think you can only order it from like 10 p.m. to like 2 a.m. or something like that. But seriously, they're just like, oh yeah, what if we just put a shitload of curly fries on a hamburger? Or what if we just took a chicken sandwich and then soaked it in nacho cheese? And it's just like, it's the craziest stuff I've ever seen. Good. And it's so good. At Jack in the Box, I love. So that's my number 4.
Right on.
Nice. My number 4 definitely got to be Freddy's.
Freddy's?
Yeah, Freddy's. One word, malts. I have to get a malt anytime I'm at Freddy's. Their food and such, great. I think it's better quality than In-N-Out and Steak and Shake for serving pretty much the same thing. But just having really good malts, puts them above everyone else. So it's simple, quick. It's just not. It's my number 4. Shut up.
Do you know who else really loved Freddy's?
Gregory from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nope.
Oh.
Very special person in all of our lives.
I'm really scared that the answer is going to be like some horrible dictator
it's
or
going to
something.
be somebody that I'm like, oh yeah, of course, but I don't know.
Go ahead. Who was it?
We all worked for him at one point or another.
Was it Chris?
Yeah, that dude loved Freddy's.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like wondering if it was somebody from the palace, but
that guy, yeah, they opened that one up by the academy that was over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He would rave about it all the time. Die-hard Freddy's enthusiast.
That's crazy.
All right, so I'm changing my number 4 to something. I'm gonna keep it.
They're good. Yeah, that was right next to the academy, which is right by the Zaxby's. But I'd still go to Zaxby's more often than not.
Yeah.
But they got good cheese curds. Freddy's does.
Yep.
Really good.
Yep.
So is it my turn now? Yeah.
You're up. Number 3.
Number 3, I have Domino's.
Domino's over Little Caesars?
Yeah,
weird.
It is weird. The only reason I really do this is because Domino's comes in clutch like a lot for us. So like, Charlie is vegetarian, so we often don't have a lot of places we can go to, and like get like because vegetarian limited menu options around the world right now. But Domino's is of course always open super late. So that is just, and it's very close to our house. So it's something that we can always get. We can always agree on. We get the same thing every time, and it's always open late. And it's not necessarily as good as Little Caesars in my opinion, but the fact that it is, like, Little Caesars isn't open as late as Domino's. Otherwise, I'd be getting them. But yeah, they're always open. I always get the same thing, and it slaps every single time. So Domino's.
I personally think Domino's is better than Little Caesars. I was just surprised you put it there. I think Domino's is the best chain pizza restaurant. I think
I think they're the most consistent. Yeah, we'll like do the $5.99. I'll get myself a pizza. She'll get herself pasta, and it's great.
Solid choice. Yeah, I'm pro Domino's.
Yeah, Domino's is good. I was pro Domino's when people hated Domino's back before they changed their recipe.
Yeah.
I was like, I was young, but I didn't really think it tasted bad back then.
Yeah. My number 5 is
3.
Shit. Well, here, you'll find out why. My number 3 is Five Guys.
Oh.
Five Guys is bar none the best fast food burger. And that's probably because that's the only thing they do. Like, they just make burgers and fries. And I think you can get shakes, but I've never ordered a shake from there.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a hot dog. Don't they have hot dogs?
They might. I have no idea. The burgers are just so good. And this, similar to some of my other picks, this one's on the more expensive side of the fast food. But I'm never unhappy that I have spent that money. And you go in there and you get a burger, and just a regular burger is a double patty burger. Like, a small burger is a single, and then you get fries, and you order the Lil Fry, and it's like a half pound of fries. Like, they put it in the cup, like they take 1 cup's full of fries, and then they're just like, yeah, let's just dump another cup's worth into the bag. So you get like, I don't know, I can, a lot of times I can't finish my Five Guys fast food meal, and I think that's pretty telling for fast food, because usually I tear through that stuff, but Five Guys always filling me up, putting the burger to the moon there. I mean, it's just that good. So, Five Guys number 3 there.
Fair enough.
Well, my number 3 is going to be Fazoli's, surprisingly enough.
Oh, Fazoli's to the moon.
I'm a sucker for Italian food, even if it is
not
synthetic.
Italian food.
I was going to say, quote unquote, Italian food.
Yeah, Chris Pratt's Mario is really triggered somewhere because you just said Fazoli's is Italian food.
He's not Italian anymore. He's normal now. So this food is
Fazoli's
not
yeah.
normal. Let me tell you that. Baked spazania is just amazing, or whatever they do. They're baked spaghetti.
Yeah.
Especially if they slap the little, cheese pizza with pepperoni on top of that. I'm like, okay, you've won me over. But alone, the thing that carries Fazoli's, we've already gushed about them. Those breadsticks.
Yeah.
I don't
Breadsticks
understand
are
why
gushing
everyone gets so
themselves.
crazy and up in arms, like, oh, Olive Garden breadsticks, unlimited, so good. It's like,
No.
Fazoli's does the same thing, and it's cheaper. I mean, like, you just buy a little bit of breadsticks for, like, what, a dollar or
$2.
something
Yeah,
like that?
$2,
And you
it's
can
just
just
unlimited.
keep going up and getting more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, come on, those are good. So, that's my number 3.
Right on. I
Good
guess
choice.
my number 2 then would be Arby's, and I just gotta
Oh,
say,
what?
I
Jesus
what?
That
Christ.
feels like a controversial pick.
Whoa, that's crazy! I didn't realize you guys were gonna hate Arby's. I effing love Arby's, and it's so crazy because back at the Palace, I hated Arby's. Like I had maybe had Arby's like once or twice in my life, and I was like, nah, dude, Arby's sucks. It sucks. But Alexis, probably not the Alexis you guys are thinking of, or the Alexis, the new Tyrus. She was actually she was floored. She was like, "You don't like Arby's? That's crazy." And so she kept fighting me. She was like, "I'm going on my break and I'm gonna get you Arby's and I'm gonna convince you that you like it." And I was like, "That's not gonna happen, but go ahead." And so yeah, she was on her break. She went to Arby's, and I think she probably just got me curly fries and a hot ham and cheese, and it won me over instantly. And I don't even get their hot ham and cheese anymore. That's like bottom of the barrel Arby's. They've got the best, hands down, the best mac and cheese of any fast food place ever. It's a limited time, white cheddar mac and cheese, best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life. They've got the best buffalo chicken sandwich in the world, 100%. They've got the best sliders in the world. They are so goddamn good, and they hit it every single time. I love them. I love them. I love them. Shout out Arby's.
I don't think I hate Arby's. I enjoy Arby's. It's been a long time since I've had it.
Have you
But
had their mac and cheese?
I feel like there's a no. I
Well,
feel like there's a
that's what
lot
you're
of
missing out on.
I feel like there's a lot of anti Arby's discourse there.
One of my favorite Simpsons jokes is a bunch of kids are starving in the woods, and one of them yells, "I'm so hungry, I could eat Arby's."
Well, I love Arby's, and I'm serious. Like, I don't know if they had it recently. It might be gone now. They've had it a few times, but it's limited. If they have mac and cheese next time you guys are driving by, please just, if you're just going to get anything, just get the mac and cheese. It is so good. You get mac and cheese from like KFC, it's ass. It's the worst thing. Popeyes, not good, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of anti Arby's sentiment on the internet there. My number 2 is not Arby's. My number 2 is Popeyes.
Mm.
Popeyes chicken. The chicken itself is great. I think it's you mentioned Zaxby's and not liking much chicken. Many chicken places. They got like a original, and then they also have like a spicy chicken.
Mm-hmm.
The spicy chicken is so good.
They,
The
I
chicken
had
tenders.
they were like the OG chicken sandwich game, right? They were the one that started it all.
Yeah,
The
they
war.
got everything shut down because they were
Mm-hmm.
so good. So the main course is the chicken, obviously. They have really good sides. Their sides game is so good. The Popeyes biscuits are otherworldly. The
Yeah.
buttery biscuits.
Make sure you have water, otherwise you'll die.
Oh, that's so good. So good. Their fries are really good. They have very good mac and cheese at Popeyes, I will say.
Not when I
You can
had
get
it.
mashed potatoes and gravy. They've got these really good like dessert pies and stuff that you can get too. So really, just across the board, I love me some Popeyes. Popeyes is just a solid all-around option. Kind of mixes it up from the burger routine, getting some chicken
Mm-hmm.
in there, and it's good. That's where it's at. Number 2.
Well, my number 2 winner chicken dinner is Raising Cane's.
Oh no.
I've only had them
What?
once.
What? Oh,
When they opened up that one, that was when I had it.
Yep. I'm amazed you got through that long line that
Well, I
wrapped
had to
all
wait.
the way
I had to
around the
wait.
building,
I had to
all
wait
the
a
way down
while.
the street. Nowadays, if you go over there, it's like you go in
Yeah,
and out,
it's not bad
and it's
anymore.
super easy. But no, it's good. I love going there. Just getting like one of their just combo meals with some chicken strips, fries, comes with Texas toast, and then coleslaw. But what I always do is I substitute the coleslaw with another thing of Texas toast.
That is. I've only been there once, but that was my exact order, and that's what I would get again.
Oh yeah,
I've been
no,
wanting to go there. I have been. It's just there's that one location. It's on the other side of town for me. So
yep. Yeah, so good. It's like I went there recently and I'm like, yeah, no, this tops so many right now for me. So, Raisin Cane's my number two.
I think Raising Cane's is pretty mid. I don't know.
I think a lot of it is also their sauce that they provide you with
that's
because
good
people joked
sauce.
about like
The
you
sauce
dip
is the best
everything in the
part.
sauce, including the container you got all the food in.
The sauce is very very good.
Yeah.
The rest of it I'm not quite as impressed with, but strong sauce game always good.
Strong sauce game. I'm a big sauce.
Are you
I'm a
guys still
saucy
mad
guy.
at me that I didn't put Taco Bell above any of those choices?
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking
Okay,
of,
you'll be mad at my number one.
well, it's my
It should
number
be like
one now,
fucking
right?
Burger King or something.
Yep.
Burger
And
King.
and I think we have the same number one, Caleb. But go ahead.
Yeah, Taco freaking Bell, the best of the best.
Absolutely, baby. Let's
Now,
go.
I just want to start this off by saying, at least around where I live, I can't go to Taco Bell past 5 o'clock. Once the second shift people come in or the night crew people come in, they will literally fuck up my order every single time. That's why we eat Domino's so much, is because we can't go to Taco Bell because they will mess up my order. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to go through the drive-thru twice every single time I go to Taco Bell. It's annoying. They mess up my order every single time. But if you go before 5 o'clock, it slaps every single time. Bacon Club Chalupa, nacho fries. And they had their chicken sandwich. So good. Very good. All good.
Nacho fries are always good. Here's the thing, and if you haven't guessed by now, Taco Bell is my number one too.
Mm-hmm.
Taco Bell, like you said, sometimes you get the order messed up here or there, or whatever. But oh my god, it bang for your buck. Like I can get full on Taco Bell for like $4.
My order is a little bit more expensive than that, but
I mean, I roll in and I get beefy Frito burrito for $1. Holy damn, that's good. Just even like the little, hey, can I just get chips and cheese like I'm 6 years old? And the chips and cheese are so good.
They've got the best cheese ever.
Obviously, they've got.
I will say their fries that they bring back every now and again, the nacho fries.
They're back now.
Nacho fries are so good.
Are they back now?
Mm-hmm. They came out a couple days ago. Yep.
So good.
They've got a fry burrito I'm going to have to get to.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I may swap Freddy's out of the number.
I think also, obviously, they've got Baja Blast going for them.
Mm-hmm.
And here's to me, as I've kind of made apparent, I love breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's the best meal of the day. Taco Bell breakfast is a goddamn flamethrower. Oh my gosh. Bailey, you mentioned going to that Taco Bell on campus all the time. I probably went to that same Taco Bell just annihilated or hungover so many times. And a breakfast AM crunch wrap is hangover heaven. I mean, just
this is weird, but I wish I liked eggs.
It's so good.
I don't like eggs. That's weird. I know, but I can't appreciate it.
Taco Bell has the strongest breakfast menu. It has the best bang for your buck. Like it's just got to be Taco Bell for me.
Yeah, Taco Bell. It does not fail. Like you said, you got all that Baja Blast, and the best thing they've ever had was the Bacon Club Chalupa. I was very upset when they brought that back recently and changed it because it's not the same. So, but Taco Bell. Unless they just mess up your order, they slap every time.
And then I loved they had like a freaking like shit, was it the quesadilla burrito or something? Where it was basically a burrito. Quesarito.
Yeah.
It's like, who came up with this? And why is it so good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they took it away from the menu, but you can still get it if you order on the app.
So that's number one for me. I can't wait to see what, and I'm probably gonna go get Taco Bell once this is over.
Honestly, me too.
I very well might.
I think you called it though, BK, right?
I was guessing Bailey was gonna say Burger King.
No.
Okay, good.
Okay.
This one has shown up on a list prior. This is Wendy's. Wendy's is my number one. I have not had a single thing on that menu that has disappointed me. I've had almost the entire menu now.
Wow.
And nothing on there has disappointed me. I'm still going to get the 4 for $4. But that Baconator fries, ugh, so good. Yeah, that's my number one above.
Have you had any of their breakfast?
That's the one thing I have not had. Those breakfasts, because I haven't been up that early, because I actually enjoy sleeping in.
I had a breakfast. They've had it breakfast for a while now, right? A little while.
I think so.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
McDonald's went all day breakfast, and then
I...
everywhere else was like, we need to just include breakfast.
Yeah. I think I had it when it first came out, and I don't think I hated it. I just don't eat breakfast that much.
Love breakfast. I will say I kind of dogged on their breakfast earlier. I think they got a couple things on there that are pretty good. Like they've got like this honey butter biscuit
the thing I had, I think. Yeah.
And that I do enjoy.
Yeah.
And then I think the part that disappointed me the most was I was really excited for. It had like a frosty chino. It was like a cappuccino, like basically an iced coffee, but frosty mixed in there, and it was a little underwhelming. So I think that's why I was a little bummed. But I think if you had asked me a while back, I think maybe Wendy's would have been higher for me. But I don't eat as much Wendy's as I used to. So
yeah,
it's always a go-to. It's actually closer to my house than McDonald's or even Taco Bell.
Tough time to be giving up the old fast food then, huh, Bailey?
Yeah, no, this whole list has just been me salivating the whole time, so I'm very upset.
Do you still
now,
have that?
Once we're done with this, I'm going to go run on a treadmill for an hour.
So did you have to take out that Dr. Pepper IV?
Yeah. Feeling withdrawals, man. Feeling withdrawals.
I did also make, and this is maybe something we could do again in the future, I did also make my personal top 10 sodas list as well. So maybe later
Dew for me.
Just 8 different Mountain Dews for Caleb. Maybe we can fit that in at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a fun
little odd
episode. Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi coming up. I think I might just skip all the stuff. I might just not go to my job the next day after that. I'm just going to have like an Obi-Wan themed day when that hits. So that's me, guys.
Obi-Wan. Shout out.
Obi-Wan.
Help me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
Hello there.
Goodbye. That'll be it. That'll be it for us today. Gonna go get some food. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And peace.